Granite Creek Copper is exploring the Stew Copper Gold Project on the shared traditional territories of the Little Salmon Carmacks First Nation and Selkirk First Nation. Welcome to the virtual property tour for Granite Creek Copper. Granite Creek is listed on the TSX Venture under the symbol GCX. Granite Creek has assembled the second largest land package in the Minto Copper District, prospective for high-grade copper, gold, and silver. Granite Creek Copper is a member of the Metallic Group of companies. This brings an experienced team with a track record of discovery, and each of the companies in the Metallic Group has been able to assemble a large brownfields land package and has been able to quickly advance that towards resources. Granite Creek is pleased to be working in the Yukon, one of the world's best jurisdictions for mining and exploration. Yukon government is very supportive of exploration. Granite Creek was able to use the YMET program to leverage government capital in our first field season. Granite Creek Stew Project is located between the Minto Mine to the north and the adjacent Carmacks project to the south. Zone A, located in the center of the Stew Project, is identified by approximately 5,000 meters of drilling, completed by United Keno Hill Mines in 1980. At the time, roughly 20 to 30% of the core was sampled. Granite Creek is currently resampling the core and completing our database. Last year's field program focused on multi-element geochemical surveys to advance the project and identify drill targets. That led to this year's sampling of further areas on the property and the resampling of core from 1980 drilling. Granite Creek's current resampling program of the historic core and geochemical sampling is going to be used to further drill targets for a potential drill program later on this season. We believe that success that we have in our Stew project, combined potentially with the resource at Carmacks, makes a compelling investment scenario. Now we're down here at the core shack where we're reprocessing the core that was drilled in the 1980s by United Keno Hill Mines. What we're doing is we're trying to see if we can improve the grades that was achieved then, and the reason we think we can is we know that they were using an in-house lab and that their detection limits for gold were very high. So our hope is that we're going to be able to increase the value of the gold in the rock as we go through. And they only assayed about 20% of the core at the time. Now, they did assay the best mineralized stuff, so we're not expecting huge jumps in that, but what we're going to do is we're going to get a much better look at the various indicator minerals and all the data that you need to really understand your deposit. We're bringing our database up to standard that will allow us to develop a resource and develop a drilling plan as we focus on the A zone at Stew and seeing if we can bring that up to a 43101 compliant resource. The Stew Copper Project and the Carmacks deposit to the south and adjacent to us have very favorable infrastructure. We're very close to paved highway, I think about less than 20 kilometers away, and grid power at the same place. Off the Free Gold Road, there is a road right into the center of the property, so we are a road access project. The Free Gold Road is part of the Resource Gateway project, funded by the federal and territorial governments that shows strong commitment to developing this part of the territory. Once you get to the capital city of Whitehorse, it's a 2-hour drive to the village of Carmacks and another 1.5-hour drive to site. Along the way, you can see the grid power and the excellent infrastructure for the projects. Yukon is blessed with excellent infrastructure, with access to a year-round ice-free port at Skagway, where currently the Minto mine ships are concentrated. Roughly 4 to 5-hour drive from the Stew project and any development that occurs here.
The Minto Copper Belt is a string of deposits and occurrences running from north of the Minto mine down to south of the Carmax copper deposit. Our Stew copper property is located between those two and shows characteristics of both. This was a very nice zone and historical values running from about 3 to 6%. And here you can see the malachite, the copper oxides. And then this one you have azurite, another copper oxide. This piece has both oxides and sulfides. So you have malachite, chalcopyrite and bornite in there. These samples with the high grade copper also contain significant gold and silver. You'll see gold values running from 4 to 10 grams per ton and silver values running from 15 to 50 grams per ton. And this is quite a nice mineralized piece. This would be probably the closest we've seen to rocks at Minto, where they also have very strong potassic alteration. Sulfides have higher grades. That is one thing we'll be looking for in our planned drill program, is aiming for more of the sulfide. 2020 program at Stew Copper, we are re-logging and resampling old core from the 1980s drill program. We're taking these really old this really old core, and we're running a lot of modern technology and collecting as much data as we can on it. So we use machines that will help us identify alteration minerals. They will also identify the magnetic response of the rocks, and this all gives us more information. The information we're gathering this summer we will be using to plan future drill programs.
Granite Creek acquired the copper north. The rationale for doing that is we recognize the synergies between the Carmax deposit and our Stew property. We think by combining the two projects, we can get enough material to make a very strong economic case.